It's November, Halloween's over, and that means it's time to move on to the next holiday, which is
Ho, ho, ho.
Christmas! Wait a minute. That's more like it. Nice try, St. Nicholas. You get back behind that turkey and get back in line.
Ho, ho.
Your holiday will come next month in December. Sick of people with their obsessive Christmas disorder. I mean, don't they realize that Thanksgiving comes before Christmas? It's the month of November, and people in stores are already having Christmas stuff out. I mean, stores have their Christmas stuff out as early as October, for God's sake. I mean, can't they wait? I realize it's more commercially and financially successful and big moneymaker and presents and everything compared to Thanksgiving, but shouldn't you be thankful and enjoy your turkey and so forth before thinking about Christmas and putting up your tree and wreath and presents and so forth? I mean, you got a whole nother month of worrying about that. I mean, God, even Black Friday too, it just consumes and eats out of Thanksgiving every year. Let people enjoy their damn turkey, why don't you people? Oh, you commercial sellers and so forth. I mean, hasn't Christmas got commercial enough lately? Ugh, can't stand it. I love eating my turkey. Be thankful. And of course, before that, it's Veterans Day, of course, to give thanks to all the people who serve this fine nation. I salute all you soldiers out there from today and past and so forth, and people who are willing to serve this country even more. Not that it's the only holiday, there's a lot more. And of course, Election Day. Whoop-de-doo. Voting and phone calls. Ugh, can't stand it. I swear, if I get one more phone call asking which person to vote for and... Son of a bitch. I'm out of here. Oh, wait a minute. That's right. I got video to do. And, yeah. Before I get... Okay, I'm not answering that one. Shut up. I just voted. So, leave me alone. Ugh, it's only going to be hell next year with the presidential election. But, let's get on with it. It's going to be a game review. And, well, since it's obviously not going to be Halloween-ish, it's going to be none other than one that's definitely been long overdue on my list that I bought. Super Mario Maker on the Wii U. That's right. And you may be thinking to yourself, yeah, what is this, a game or an app? Well, it's kind of both. It may seem like an app, but it's actually a game too. It's got a lot of gameplay, and I know the first thing that comes to mind is Mario Paint. Yeah, anybody remember that game? Yeah, you probably don't unless you grew up around my age, you know, during the 80s and 90s, but this one's a lot more creative, and it's obviously been met with a lot of critical acclaim. And I guess Nintendo figured this time around, let's let the game designers design Mario stages, and that's pretty much what this game does. And that's what allows gamers to do on the Wii U. It definitely makes great use of the Wii U gamepad. Shall I explain a lot more? Well, it's a lot more to explain, but trust me, go and get it. But before I get all ballsy about that, let's take a deeper look into it. Yeah, Nintendo obviously decided to commemorate the Fat Plumber's 30th anniversary will debut in the adventure. Yep, let's let gamers design levels of their own. Make them as crazy as possible. I mean, it's just insane. Yes, it also supports the TV off mode. And no, you can't obviously create levels from 3D Mario games. It's only 2D ones. But the only ones, unfortunately, you're limited to are Mario 1, the very first one where it all began, Mario 3, so, yep, no Mario 2, aka Doki Doki Mario. I guess they figured since that one was more the black sheep, which I'm not fully disappointed in that. And of course you get Super Mario World, another great classic on Super Nintendo, but no Yoshi's Island, unfortunately. Not disappointed, I don't need to hear any more crying baby Marios on here. And of course Super Mario Bros. U, which bears a lot of similarities to Mario Bros. Wii and DS, but Mario Bros. U, let's face it, does a lot of graphical updates. And man, what a variety this game has. Now, I will address one major issue, if you can really call it that. And yes, there is an easier way to getting around this, which you can probably figure out by going online. Yes, there is a 9-day span of which trying to unlock everything, and yeah, in my opinion, it's bullshit. But there's an easy trick to going in the menu and changing the time, and Of course, you got to play around with the game for about 5 or 10 minutes to get everything unlocked. So each day, you get more and more things, more and more games, more and more worlds. But as you can see, I have everything unlocked. That is because I did that. The whole 9-day span thing is bullshit to get everything unlocked. I mean, come on. If you pay $60 for a game, everything should be there. I mean, what kind of crap is that, Nintendo? I guess maybe that's their idea of trying to get you to learn the game because, yeah, a lot of it does have a bit of a learning curve, you know. Because, of course, you do have to more or less screw about with the game and all the enemies and everything you get unlocked and trying to know how to use everything. But once you get it, it's pretty fun. And it can be a real blast to any nostalgia Mario game fanatic. I mean, it'll make you foam at the mouth right there. But as I said, learning everything is a little bit tricky at first, so trying to learn how to do the warp pipes. Yeah, you can warp from above ground to underground, even to a Bowser's Castle underground, or even warp from underground to above ground, and trying to sometimes make characters go from small to big, and sometimes you gotta shake them about, sometimes you can change them, sometimes you can't, like changing green Koopas to red Koopas, creating a giant Bowser, giant Goomba, giant Boo. You can even put these enemies inside of a block. Oh, it's just crazy. The ideas are just endless. Look at the variety of enemies, obstacles, power-ups. You can create the craziest stages on this game and try to have your friends dare them to play through it. Now this is just basically offline. You can also upload the stage online. Only problem is that you have to be able to beat the stage. Which is fair, because I've played online, and man, people create some of the craziest stages on this game. It is just absolutely insane. You can create flying Bowsers, you can put wings on creatures, hammerheads. I mean, it goes on and on. It's just insane. And you can even fur them into from 8-bit graphics into Super Mario 3 graphics, into 16-bit graphics to Super Mario World. And then, of course, transition into the most recent Mario Bros. U. And they all transition pretty well. I mean, it's interesting to see some enemies that you haven't seen in past games be brought into those games. Examples like Boo's into Super Mario Bros., the first one. I mean, you never seen those enemies until Super Mario Bros. 3. And like I said, they all transition very well. I mean, it's just superb, Nintendo. That's all I can say. I mean, hell, you can even add weird random sound effects into any enemies or blocks that you press or anything. Hell, you can even use the Wii U gamepad to record your own voice and use it. Weird, right? And there's even a little couple of Easter eggs here and there. If you use the chomper thing, shake it around a little bit, you actually get a fly thing, and swap the fly with obviously a touchscreen pen, and you can actually get sort of a butchered port of the fly game from Mario Paint. It's not quite as good. Instead of using all your health, or the hand symbol things, which is your health, instead you're under a time limit. So, yeah, in a way it's probably not as good. But it's a nice touch, though. Oh, and speaking of Mario Paint, the in-between load screens, and when you save, or try to upload your level that you designed, yeah, what does it remind you of? Once again, Mario Paint. Hell, even the interactive menu screen reminds you of Mario Paint. Remember how interactive it was? Gotta love it. You can also get this mystery mushroom thing unlocked too as well with a question mark, and it gives you all these weird costumes of different video games that aren't Mario. You unlock it, of course, by playing the 10 Mario challenge, which I'll get to in a minute, but the way you do it, you have to keep playing it, which gets pretty repetitive after a while. Most of the time, there's new courses, but yeah, you have to pretty much play every single one, and most of the time you play through the same ones. And then you get to this thing called Nintendo World Champions. And let me tell you, these are the stages that are hard. Well, you don't necessarily have to beat them, you just gotta play through them. 4 of them, to be exact. And then you get the costume. To get more and more costumes, supposedly you have to play the 100 Mario challenge. Also, I'll get to in a minute as well. But the more and more you play, the more and more different costumes you get, whether they're Mario characters or things or not. But unfortunately, you only obviously get it on Mario Brothers, the first one. That is because obviously you didn't have any flying power-ups on that one. So I guess that's fair and reasonable. Look, I just turned into freaking Ganondorf. I have no comments there. And, well, I might as well get to the challenges, moment of truth, where the game is actually a game. First off, of course, is the 10 Mario Challenge, which is basically, I believe, an offline version. You play through most of the same levels, like I said before, most of them are pretty repetitive, same thing, but you do come across new ones as well, and you get that same notoriously hated message. Sorry, Princess is in another castle. God, I hate you, Toad. Then, of course, you get the 100 Mario Challenge. This is where people's uploads of crazy-ass courses come in handy. There are obviously 2 difficulties in this version. You got easy, which the levels can be tricky, but are pretty short and can be a cinch for the most part. Then normal difficulty, which is where you are really in for it. And I mean, wow. What the hell are all these people thinking when they create these levels? I mean, these levels are insane. God damn. These are the ones I have to skip, but, well, until I can get to one that I can actually beat. Yes, you have the option to skip, but only in this one, the 100 Mario Challenge to be exact. And trust me, 100 Marios is pretty much, well, may not be enough for this one. Of course, you can also see their creators as they're credited. Gotta give credit to their work. As well as choosing your courses. Yeah, these are all different, obviously. So there you go. That's the gameplay right there. It's great that this game/app has a great appreciation for online once again, being that Nintendo seems to, well, be pretty lackluster towards online compatibility, aside from Super Smash Bros. And Mario Kart, which you can always expect out of that. And, well, let me get back to the maker part of the game and have a little fun and show you my creations. Well, as you can see, I've created a couple of crazy stages, Bowser's Chainsaw Massacre, and a bunch of others. Not much to say. I just want to go and create some stages. Here I go. Let's do a montage, man. See, you beat that, people. Anyway, all I could say is, with so much to explain, there's really not much to say. It's a great game/app. I mean, it's definitely a must-have for Wii U owners. I know the Wii U has been pretty slow this year, and obviously Star Fox for the Wii U got pushed till next year, and I'm not sure what's really going to become of the Legend of Zelda game for Wii U. I hope it does get released, even though Nintendo has another console coming out. I still don't own Splatoon, and no, I don't have Yoshi's Woolly World or Kirby's Yarn Curse, whatever the hell it is that came out for Wii U this year. And no, I do not own not one amiibo. Dead serious, people. And yes, I am also aware that this game is also compatible with Wii controllers like the Wiimote, Nunchuck, and Classic Controller, but I'm assuming that's for only, playing the levels, not creating. Otherwise, this is one to definitely get. I mean, Christ, this game got so popular that they even have a DLC stage for Super Smash Bros. Wii U and 3DS. So, in other words, definitely deserves a rockin' Wiimote Wii Motion Plus up and a plain Wiimote up. I hope that's not too bad in comparison to most people's critical acclaim. So, till next time, keep watching.